Alright, guys, we're coming to you with just a real quick video. Modi Busta, Tudo Bim. So, I'm wearing the bandera for obvious reasons because of the simple fact my man Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade put on. And I find it pretty sad that, especially the Canelo fans, they will say the things that he said, you're a horrible fighter. And, Jamal Charlo will say the same thing about him. But the thing is usually when you're a horrible fighter and you have a belt, people are usually lined up to fight you to get that belt. At least that's what I thought at the time. But that seems not to be the case with Demetrius Andrade. And I said this many times. I've gone into the spill so many times. But it's not the case with him. Um and then the bad thing is too, this is the sad thing too, is the media, especially Chris Mannix, and I'm glad that he G-checked Chris Mannix because nobody else checks Chris Mannix. Because the thing is about Chris Mannix, what he'll do is he'll try to um, basically like say to these fighters, "Oh, you don't need to fight him. Oh, there's no need." Like so, Chris Mannix, he'll actually protect fighters. He'll protect certain guys, and that's not cool. So I'm glad Boo Boo G checked him on that. And I'm kind of glad that he G checked Eddie Hearn. He has to do that, unfortunately. Now, the sad thing about what he did tonight is that nobody will be pleased with him. You know, uh, the thing is that, and I said this in the previous video too, is that Jason Quigley was actually being considered for Canelo when Canelo was on Golden Boy. But he decided not to fight him for whatever reason. I don't know. I think a better opponent came by. But the fact that Canelo was going to consider him should, like, at least give Demetrius Andrade a little credit. Now, in that fight, the thing is Demetrius Andrade was patient in that fight. The thing is about it is basically he just discodifica this guy easily, and then once the ball started flying, then the guy didn't want to throw anything. That's what happened. The guy threw a couple of flurries, but Demetrius Andre blocked him, right? Because he is the defensive specialist, basically. And so, you know, Demetrius Andre, he didn't even need to establish a jab in this fight. All he really pretty much did was throw these looping shots. And then those looping shots hurt that man. The thing is you know what people will say, and this is what the Canelo fans say the most. And this is what the, just other quote unquote boxing fans say. They say, oh, he fights sloppy. But there's a method behind his madness. He's timing you. That's why he's able to throw those looping shots. That's very difficult to do. What he does is very hard to do. It's very hard to do to throw them looping shots. But he does it in a way that's accurate. Okay? Um the thing is about Jason Quigley, I mean, kudos for him for taking the fight, but he already got like stopped by Torino Johnson. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, it was just like, okay, this guy's going to do times 10 to him versus what Torino Johnson did. And that was the case, you know. But, I mean, kudos goes to Andre for doing his thing. Of course, he's not going to get credit for how he did it. You know, it was basically like Selecki times 10, same sort of style. And that's the one thing that people don't get about Boo Boo is he can fight in different styles. He doesn't just fight in one way. He doesn't just fight in the looping way where he's throwing them looping punches. You have to just like look at how he fights. He just fights in different ways, you know, because he can do that. He's that good. And so that's why I rock with him. And obviously Nostera, of course. And yeah. But other than that, you know, it was a good performance by him. As I said before, he didn't even really establish a jab, but he just pretty much did what he needed to do. But that's still not going to get. I hope it gives him the bigger fights. I really do. I don't know why Charlo is babysitting that belt. And the winner definitely has to go see Demetrius Andrade between Gigi and Murata. So you see, he's not in any hurry to try to move up to cruiserweight to do some dumb stuff. You know what I mean? He is not going to chase Canelo. He just came out and did that press conference thing because I mean it was convenient. It was the time to do it, you know. But I think he wants to clean out the whole 160, so let him clean out the whole 160 and stop holding up these fights, you know. But anyhow, man, that's all I got. Shout outs to Boo Boo. Shout outs to Sharif Mendez, his strength and conditioning coach. And shout out to his pops, Paul Andrade. And with that being said, I'm on to the next one. Enjoy.